Number 10, Nathan Williams. Touchdown, Bishop Williams.
Nobody in this group, every one of you contributed to get us to the point that we were tonight.
So many plays in that game that I just, were seemed critical at the time. We didn't, we got outplayed. I mean, we didn't make the plays in critical situations, and they did. And you got to give them credit. I mean, that's a difference in a game like this one. So. And that's what I said to the boys right afterwards is, they deserve to win the game. I mean, they made more plays than we did.
Coach, what were they doing with their receivers to get, especially in the fourth down play? Just finding gaps in the defense? Are you guys in a zone defense? Or?
Well, we're playing zone, and they have maybe the two leading receivers in the division. The quarterback is a smart kid. He knows where to put the football. If you try to take away the slant, they're going to throw the fade on you. And that's one of the things that was pretty obvious that they had in their game plan. But it's tough when you're still trying to put pressure on the quarterback, and because he's such a scrambler, you can't let him sit back there and not do and run around. He's going to find guys open. Right. So I thought, particularly in the first half, I thought we did a nice job of putting pressure on the quarterback. And he got into a little bit of rhythm in the second half, particularly with those slants, and and then he threw he certainly took his shots with the fades as well. So you got to give them credit.
Yeah. You're in the game, and then I guess the devastating fumble that.
Yeah,
it's a game you just couldn't make mistakes against.
Yeah, and we knew that going in that was a situation. It wasn't a game where you could afford to make mistakes, and it's unfortunate, but I mean those things happen, and several of them were unforced, and it's just one of those things. So.
Yeah, and the timing of the turnover too. Happens earlier in the game. You could bounce back, but you didn't have much time to bounce back.
Yeah, it's one of those games where possessions are going to be somewhat limited as it is. So you can't give them the ball back that quickly. So that was tough.
You feel your offense was working well tonight? You feel you were pleased how things were working?
Yeah, but for the turnovers, I mean, I think turning the ball over really hurt us. I mean, we should have scored, I think, on the first drive. We took the shot on the fourth down play. But I felt like we were moving the ball and had a nice game plan for them. But again, we just gave up too many possessions to them.
Did you think about maybe trying the field goal there? That first possession?
Yeah, we thought about it, but we also had a play that we thought was probably the right play for the situation, and so that was, it was the play we scored on the next time. It was the same play, So it's something. If I had to do over again, I would run the same play. I think because I think it was a play that was designed nicely for what they had defensively schemed at that point.
You had to do 3 games in a row, and that was pretty tough. But I mean, what can you say about just how these guys perform? Road warriors, you know. I mean, it's,
yeah, you know, those guys, they made the bus a comfort zone. That's for darn sure. You know, I'll say you couldn't walk to the restroom at the back of the bus because there were guys sleeping in the middle, sleeping across aisles, sleeping on top of each other's legs spread across. It was actually funny. We got some good pictures of these guys, but you know what? To their credit, they never complained. I never heard a single complaint about the fact that they were having to make these trips, and you know, that's kind of a credit to how well these guys like each other. So
yeah, I could tell like at the end of the game how everybody's hugging each other. I mean, it's a special group, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And you know, they have experienced a lot together. I mean, most of these guys were around last year on varsity too, and so they continue to kind of grow, and they play so many different sports too, that it's not just a fall thing. These guys will be teammates in many seasons to come this year. So in that regard, they're strong bonds.
Sports. Coach, could you talk about the 4th down conversions, how much of a backbreaker that is for an opponent? I mean, you guys converted like 4 or 5 4th down plays.
Right, I don't know the exact numbers, but we can't give the other team the ball when it's a team like Bishop Diego that can run the football really well and take a lot of time off that clock. So we wanted to just keep it in our offense's hands most of the time and you know, risk it, but pretty calculated risk, and we did a nice job on 4th down tonight.
That's a lot of confidence in your receivers and your quarterback.
Absolutely, they've done it all year. We started the game shaky and we had some drops, but you know, they came through when it counted.
What were your receivers doing to get so open? It seemed like, you know, those a lot of those 4th down plays were just finding gaps in the defense. Is that?
Yeah, they're well aware of the different types of defenses that are out there, and they know where to go. So we put a lot of time into that.
How about the coolness of your QB?
Yeah, he was a little excited early because those ends are really solid and they were putting pressure on him, but he settled in nicely as the game went on.
The defense to come up, I mean, that fumble, I mean, that had to be, that's a big play of the game. Huh?
Yeah, the turnovers were critical for us. We definitely capitalized on that, and that, you know, gave us a chance to score more points.